Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are diving deep into world of data engineering challenges and how we can overcome them. If you are struggling with the data issues or are looking to start data-driven project, this video is for you. So let's get started. So first we are going to discuss about the importance of data in the modern business. Did you know that digitally native organizations with strong data capabilities show greater resilience and even grow their market position during the economic shutdowns? Yes, that's right. It's directly coming from Deloitte. That's why the understanding and leveraging the data engineering can give you a leg up in your business. So now, to become more data-driven companies are increasingly turning to data engineering for help, because data is money, data is gold, data is all, whatever you can say it. So as the technology surrounding grows up with respect to the digital information and other things which are constantly evolving, there are several data engineering challenges that company can face throughout this journey. Okay, now we are going to talk about the data engineering functionality, or how the data engineering works basically. Okay, so now you know, at its core, data engineering is all about getting the diverse data to come up and it should play nicely together. Okay, so imagine like creating an orchestra from multiple bands. There could be a multiple music, rock, pop, and so on and so forth. So you have to manage all sort of multiple bands at a single state, and that is in a kind of an orchestra. So similarly, it is in a data engineering at work. So you have a multiple pipelines, you have a multiple sources, you have a multiple data lakes, you have your data warehouse. How you are seamlessly streamlining all these things, that is how the data engineering works. So now, as you know, companies often have different data sources, like it can be an ERP system, it can be CRM systems, it can be an inventory solution, and it can be like anything. So all this software generates valuable details that can be used to fuel your business, the data which basically gets generated. However, to capitalize all this properly, all of this digital information has to be together, and this is where the concept of data engineering comes on. Yeah, so it's in a very vast field and it requires a lot of expertise, a lot of challenges are there are a lot of processes are there, and we need to think thoroughly as a data scientist, data engineer, data architect to make this happen seamlessly. Now we are going to talk about data engineering challenges. So the first challenge which I see is the data ingestion challenge. Okay, so one of the problems I have seen, I have spoken with many of the data engineers or data architects. So they say they face this problem of the data ingestion. Okay, so the main issue here lies in the variety of data, as information comes from different sources, diverse sources from different formats, structures, and it requires a very careful transformation before further processing, analyzing it. Okay, so take it an example in a very layman terms. Imagine a person is receiving letters in multiple languages, and then he needs to try to make a sense out of them. Okay, so this is what the data ingestion faces the challenge. Okay, so there are multiple sources and you need to ingest that data with the different format, different structures. So this is one of the challenges which the data engineers and data scientists and data architects face. What is the solution for that? Okay, so I will not go into more details. So in short, the solution would be building or developing efficient systems that can manage the high-speed real-time data ingestion with respect to the different formats, different structures, different data sources, whatnot. Yeah. Okay, so now talking to second challenge, that is the data integration challenge. So this is one of the problems which is highlighted by the data engineers and data scientists. Is the data integration, the connectivity of the different software solutions and the data itself. One of the primary goals of any data engineering project is to effectively connect the information sources and integrate data from different range of systems seamlessly. Okay, for example, remember that old video game you loved but just cannot imagine to make it work on your new PC? That's kind of the integrating legacy system with the modern tech feels like. There can be a lot of systems in place, third-party tools, some legacy systems, and you need to make sure like you have a seamless integration with your existing or your new, transforming your other things. Okay, now comes the third challenge. So the third challenge is the data storage challenges. Okay, so there are two key challenges in area of data storage. The first one is about accommodating the increasing volume of the data sets. To ensure the data storage systems have a ability to seamlessly scale. Yeah, and now for example, you ever heard closest sofa you cannot find the one pair of your shoes you want to wear? That's the storage challenge. Okay, so for example, you have a place, you have a data, you have transformed it, okay, but where to store it, where you can get it quickly, where you can have a particular retention policies, lifecycle managements, okay, how frequently you can access the data, okay, how oftenly you are accessing the data. So all sort of things comes under the storage challenges. Okay, storing your data, retrieving your data, publishing your data, you requires a very careful considerations of many factors in place. So this is where the data storage challenge comes in. Okay, so what is the solution for this? So solution is the smart data storage solution, like having a distributed file systems or cloud services. Like in AWS we have the different data lakes. S3 you can store in the Google Drive, Azure Blob Storage. Okay, there are some third-party tools as well which can store your objects, which can be act as in data lakes. So this is how you can mitigate the data storage challenges as well. The fourth point, data processing challenges. So like every day more and more digital information is generated, created by the business. The data can come from the mobile devices, it can come from IoT devices, it can come from other platforms, and it's generating constantly. There is no limit on this. Okay, so it is there are chances like you can get into issues related to the influx of the data getting generated. Okay, so now think of example like data is like in rain. Okay, the rain keeps on raining and you don't have proper place to drain it out or manage it out properly, and how this data will get stored into in a bucket. It will be stored in raw, it will be stored in a refined format. Okay, you need to process it. I mean, like all these things are been there. Okay, and like for this storing this data might require some sort of process. Okay, some sort of data processing utilities, some sort of streamlined way of doing it. Okay, so remember, like I was talking about the rain. Okay, so it's raining heavily. Okay, you might need some drainage systems to properly to avoid the water flooding, logging in your area. Okay, so this is where the data processing comes into picture. Okay, so this drainage system is nothing like in a data processing. Okay, so what sort of solution do we have? So we can have we can use some powerful tools like Apache Hadoop is there, Spark is there. Okay, so these can act as a drainage system here. Okay, and these can help you in processing large sets of data and in a very granular way, very refined way, and very seamless way. Now talking to about point number 5, which is of the data quality and governance challenge. Okay, so data quality and reliability may cause additional issues in field of data engineering. Okay, and that's why it is important to continuously implement the data validation and cleansing practices to detect and handle data quality issues. This includes the outlier detection, data imputation, data validation rules. So you need to manage it very thoroughly, and you need to consider various aspects as well. Okay, how you can govern your data, how you can make sure you have a good quality of data. Okay, so now to understand more easily, let's take an example. You don't drink dirty water, right? Then why the base business discussion on unclean data? Yeah. So for example, you have water, you first get it from some RO, or you will get some Bisleri can, and then only you will drink. Okay, if you will drink without proper purifying mechanism, so you will feel a different taste, right? And similarly is applicable with the data as well. There are a lot of businesses, and like they understand the importance of the business. Okay, so if there is an unclean data, or if there is not an unvalidated data, it is definitely going to impact the business. It is going to give with wrong predictions. Okay, it can give wrong analytical analysis as well. So it is must to have you have the data quality and governance in place. Okay, so what is the solution for this? So the solution is to have the continuous data validation, cleansing, and staying updated with the regulations of the data engineering in place. Now coming to the 6th point or 6th challenge. The 6th challenge is the data pipeline orchestration challenges. Okay, so data pipeline orchestration can be complex. It involves multiple stages. There are multiple dependencies which a data engineer, data architect needs to consider. Okay, and this can be challenging because it requires the coordinating and managing the execution of various data processes, tasks across the different systems or components, and it is not an easy task. You have to create some DAG pipelines, you have to create some data engineering pipelines, okay, which covers a lot of steps. Okay, so when we talk about the DAGs, so DAGs is a direct acyclic graph, so it's nothing but it's a mathematical representation of the sequence of steps. Okay, so this is all the orchestration. Okay, your data will get ingested, then you will have the ETL pipelines, you have some steps, it has some cleansing, validation, standardization, whatnot. Definitely I'm going to talk about all this, data engineering principles and the data engineering pipelines in my other videos. But if we talk about the data orchestration, so there are a lot of challenges around here. Okay, so for example, I will give you, so have you ever tried baking with a recipe that does not specify order of adding the ingredients? Okay, so similarly is the data pipeline. Okay, it should have the proper sequence, it should have the proper steps of the executions, proper integration. Okay, so unless until we don't have, your data pipelines will not work the way you want to work, and it is unnecessary make your pipelines getting failed and eventually delaying your whole sort of your data engineering frameworks. So what is the solution? So solution is to have a robust orchestration frame and monitoring in place. Okay, you should have, like, people use the Airflow as well, it is a popularly used, people use the Kubeflow as well, they use the monitoring tools as well. Okay, so to get the full insights about your data pipelines, data orchestration, whatnot. Okay, so this is all about the 6 challenges which I talked. Okay, though it is in a very high level, but yeah, it will give you an understanding, it will give you some glance like why the data engineering is important. Okay, how the data engineering works. Okay, what sort of the challenges the industry is facing about. Okay, and there are many companies who are solving these challenges as well, to make sure that people can leverage the capabilities of different frameworks and the tools seamlessly without any issues. Okay, so now in the world of the data, being prepared is a half battle won. Okay, so with the insights today we have gained, we are one step closer to become a data master. And if you want more in-depth assistance or need expert advice, there are professionals out there and like us and many others who can guide you and help you with the things, how it can be done and how it can be streamlined and how it can be implemented end to end. Okay, so this is all about today's session and video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for the latest updates and the latest video. Thank you.